Imagine this for a second. A classroom filled with kids singing happy birthday, balloons bouncing, cake being sliced, everybody laughing. But then, pan your eyes to the back of the room. There's one kid, sitting silently. No smile, no song. Why? Because they're not allowed. That's what it's like being raised as a Jehovah's Witness. And here's the truth. Most people don't realize what looks like just missing a birthday is really the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about an entire childhood taken away, no holidays, no sports, no outside friends, and in its place, fear, guilt, control. Today, I'm breaking down what it really means to grow up inside the Jehovah's Witness organization, how it shapes kids, how it tears families apart, and how it leaves scars that last for life. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll see why so many ex-witnesses call their childhood stolen. When you're born into this religion, you don't get a choice. From the time you can talk, every lesson is carefully scripted. Cartoons like Caleb and Sophia. Those aren't just cute Bible stories, they're indoctrination tools. They teach toddlers to refuse gifts, cut off friends, and even nag their parents if they're making Jehovah sad. Think about that. While most kids are learning ABCs and nursery rhymes, Witness kids are learning that God's love depends on their behavior. That's not innocence, that's programming. Other kids are afraid of the dark. Jehovah's Witness kids, they're afraid of God's war. Armageddon is painted in horrifying detail. Earthquakes, fire from the sky, cities destroyed, families screaming. And here's the kicker, they're told, this could happen tonight, tomorrow, anytime. One former witness said, at 7 years old, I didn't fear monsters. I feared waking up to find everyone I loved dead, because I wasn't good enough. That's not faith, that's trauma. Now let's talk about isolation. This is one of the most painful parts. Witness kids can't have worldly friends, no birthday parties, no Christmas, no Halloween, no joining the soccer team or school dance. So while classmates are laughing, making memories, Witness children are sitting on the sidelines told that separation makes them holy. But the reality, it makes them lonely. It makes them question their worth. It makes them feel like outsiders in their own schools, their own neighborhoods, sometimes even their own families. And here's where it gets darker. When kids grow into teens and start to think for themselves, the punishment for stepping out of line is brutal. It's called disfellowshipping, basically. If you doubt, disobey, or leave, you're cut off. Parents stop speaking to their own kids. Friends disappear overnight. One ex-member said, at 15, I told my mom I didn't believe anymore. The next day, she acted like I didn't exist. I lost my family in one moment. That's not love, that's control. And the damage, it doesn't stop when you leave. Ex-witness kids often carry lifelong anxiety from constant fear of Armageddon, depression from never feeling good enough, trust issues from learning that love is conditional, even PTSD from years of high-pressure indoctrination. Some say the hardest part leaving the religion is rebuilding the person they never got to be in the first place. But here's the good news. People are escaping. Thousands every year. And when they do, they finally experience freedom, holidays, friendships, laughter, self-worth. Yes, they may lose their old community. Some even lose family. But what they gain is priceless. The right to think, to love, to live without fear. One ex-witness described it perfectly. Leaving was terrifying. But for the first time in my life, I felt alive. So now you know. Behind the polished smiles and clean clothes, Jehovah's Witness kids are growing up in a cage built on fear. A cage that robs them of birthdays, of friendships, of childhood itself. And that's why videos like this matter, because silence only protects the abusers. If you made it this far, hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. And most importantly, drop a comment. Were you raised in this religion? Do you know someone who was? Your story could help another person feel less alone. Because no child deserves to grow up in fear. And no religion should have the power to steal a childhood.